You're listening to the English Football Podcast. Hello everybody and welcome to the English Football Podcast. Today we talk about the England versus Senegal game on the England Talk. So, clean sheet for the defenders, which is good. There was 2 assists by Phil Foden as well.
Oh yeah.
Do you think he should start probably against France?
Yeah, I think he should because it's basically been out of him, Mason Mount, and like Rashford, but he is the better one to start. I think he plays for arguably the best club at the minute, Man City, and he is the best one to start. I think keep it up front like Saka and then Kane, but then I think Foden should be on that wing. And if you're wanting to play Rashford, then just put Foden Cam because he can play anywhere up that top. So I think start him against France.
Luca, so Bellingham's looking very good. I mean, he was full of energy that game as well. He wasn't chasing after the ball whenever he could. What do you think of him?
I said loads after the game. He was easily man of the match. He had an outstanding game. And he's shown it, not just in this game, but every game he's played in the World Cup, he's shown how good he is. We all knew he's a good youngster and he's going to become a great player. But I think during the World Cup, when everyone's watching him throughout England, it's just shown that he is a world class. And he can, because he's only like 19 or something. So yeah, he's got such a good future ahead of him. He was outstanding that game.
Now, obviously, Senegal we were the better side. Mm-hmm. I mean, Senegal now out of the World Cup, they weren't really expected to get as far, but it was all right for them to get out of their group, which was good. We've now got France, obviously, who were winners of last tournament. Think we can get a result?
It will be a tough one because they're one of. Morocco nearly scored. They're one of the best teams in the World Cup, and like everyone knew that. And like you said, they won it last year. But I reckon England will give them a game. It'll be a tough game. I have to obviously keep it positive, but I'm going to say we're going to win, obviously. But it will be a tough game because France have Mbappe, and I think what you should do, put Walker whatever Mbappe is and just man mark him because the pace just go through him. Do you think we'll win or lose?
Well, it's France, so I think we've got to have hope. So I don't know, because I think hopefully we'll keep. I mean, it'll be hard to stop Giroud with Maguire, and Maguire's done quite well this tournament.
Not against Senegal. He had quite a bad game, to be honest. Every pass he made went straight to Senegal.
Well,
keep it positive.
I just think, as well, France just they always seem to win, even if they're not playing well or whatever.
They have lost against Tunisia though, 1-0 in the group. But
we drew to USA. Well, USA did have a good game against Netherlands. It was quite harsh to lose 3-1, but I think maybe France might just edge it. I think we'll give them a game though, because we've got a good side. We just need to keep Giroud and Mbappe at bay and hopefully hope for the best. What about you, Luca?
Well, I mean, you got to stay positive because it's your country, but it's France. I think Benzema being an injury is no worry. Same with Nkunku and all their injured player. That's been no worries as they've shown. But I think I agree with what Theo said. We need Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker's the only player in the England squad, especially at defence, that can keep up with Mbappe's pace, that has got the speed. We need to just maybe set him in position, obviously still on lineup, but he just needs to follow around Mbappe the whole game. Wherever Mbappe goes, just man mark him. I think Maguire, I had high hopes for him after the group stage, but last game he really shown that no. he had a shocking game against Senegal, but We just need our defence to be on top of it this game because it'll be such a hard team with Mbappe and Giroud, how they've played. It'll be a big game. How do you feel about the squad, Callum? Because obviously we've got Ben White, who's had to leave, personal reasons, and Sterling, who wasn't last game. So do you think
it's an armed robbery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have Ben White
No,
over,
Sterling.
even if he was there. I wouldn't have him.
That's a
But
bit.
I think my starting 11 for France would be Pickford in goal. Well,
or isn't it a big one?
it's probably Foden instead or Rashford.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. I think I'd probably have Foden just because he seems to get assists and goals. Obviously, Rashford with a brilliant free kick against Wales. We haven't talked about that Wales game, so we could do that in a minute. But yeah. So I think it'll be obviously hard against France because they're France and they won it last year. But yeah, we'll talk about the Wales game then. Where I know it was a good free kick from Rashford. So Wales never really troubled England's defence or whatever. You know, they weren't really, after their results against Iran and USA, they weren't ever going to get through, I don't think, especially against England. But yeah, that was a good game, and hopefully we can give France a good game. But we'll see that.
It'll be a tight game. It'll be like a 1 goal difference, something like that.
Although
hopefully.
I think
my mate mentioned this today, and it's a good. I think whoever scores the first goal is gonna win. I think. Oh wait, England France. I think it's such a close game between two amazing teams that I think if one team scores or concedes a goal, the first goal, I think both teams will just hang on there. They'll keep going. Yeah, I think whoever scores the first is through.
the thing is,
If they score their first, they'll obviously defend more because they've got that goal. But they might just switch off thinking they've won the game, and that's the thing. Seen it in loads of teams. They go 1-0 up, and then they just like Germany against Japan, and like they've just seen loads of teams do that. So it depends really.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all really that we need to talk about. So thank you for listening. You've been listening to the English Football Podcast. Subscribe for just £1 a month on Spotify to get exclusive debate weeks and episodes that only subscribers can watch. I'm Callum.
I'm Theo. I'm Luca.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Adios.